Hello, this is Tyler Markham with Real Time Reporters. I'm just going to show you guys a little bit about using the Depo View DVD editing software that comes free with any synchronized DVD you guys would get from us or any other company that synchronizes them. This is a really intuitive tool that you can use to avoid having to use Trial Director for creating clips for a mediation or for a trial. And if Trial Director is what you need, we'd be glad to help you with that. But this is a quick time saver and you can create clips relatively easily without any trouble. So I'll go into kind of how this works. When you guys get a synchronized DVD, you will pop it into your computer, and if you don't already have the free software installed, it will immediately prompt you to install it. It's a small file. Go ahead and install it on your computer, and anytime you get a synchronized DVD from now on, it will automatically come up in the software. So now that I've got the software loaded, this is what it looks like when you pop a synchronized DVD in. It comes up with your transcript, you've got your preview window, and you've kind of got a playhead. So I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen, and we're going to start showing you how to make clips. As you can see at the top, you've got two hyperlinks, basically, a highlight and a clip. In the highlight, this is what we use to say if this is where we want our clip, which these are introductions I'll go down into. Let's start at a question right here. So now I'm going to do the highlight, and you can actually click and drag like this, or you can shift click and make it selected that way. So here's our clip. So now we've got our clip. It's highlighted. What we're going to do is click clip. That will immediately bring us to a new window that has that clip in it. Here's where we can get into editing the clip, fixing the start and the end points, something that used to take a little bit of time in Trial Director and it was a little bit more difficult to use. This is pretty quick and easy to use. So
how did you get your job originally?
Now you see it starts. That start point is pretty good, but what I'm going to show you is this little edit tab. With the edit tab, we can now edit our start and end points. When I hit edit, it will bring up, as you can see down here, you've got these two green arrows and these two red arrows. The green ones are your start point, the red one is your end point. So what I can do is shift that back or forwards if the start point is not good with where the question starts in the transcript. So let's just take a listen to where the start point is and if it sounds right.
Job originally with...
So it's not exactly right. It doesn't start with how. So I'm going to play it again to make sure.
Get your job originally.
So what I'm going to do is back the start point up a little bit. As you can see, clicking this one time will back it up 1 second.
How did you get your job?
And that's a lot better. So that one's good. So what we're going to do is now go to our end point and see what it looks like.
Originally.
So I'm going to scroll closer to the end and hit play.
Heard from me for a long time.
And that's good too. If it wasn't good, just for sake of example, I'm going to show you. Let's say it's too short or it's too long. If it's too long, we're going to back it up a couple. And I'm just going to show you that just so you can hear what it does.
I'm not sure if I haven't heard from you.
So now you see it cuts him off. So I'm going to push it forward 1 click, which is 1 second.
I haven't heard from you for a long time.
And that sounds good. You can see that he started to answer the question. So what we can actually do is go in and we can actually shift click. If you see when I hover my mouse, it says if you hold shift, it will do 1/10 of a second. So I can back it up just 1/10 of a second by hovering my mouse over there, holding shift and clicking once. Now,
I haven't heard from you for a long time.
Now you don't get that false start in there from the attorney getting ready to ask the question. So what we're going to do now, that clip is good, and we're going to hit save. We've made that clip. Let's say that's all you wanted to do. So there's your clip. I'm going to hit done, and we're back to the transcript. What we can do from here is we can go to our clips on the clips, show clip list, and let's say you made 3 or 4 clips that way. They show up here. The cool thing is I've got a couple clips where I was working with this, but the clip that we just made is the one that's selected. I can rename it now. And let's just say this was clip 1 of 10 that we wanted to make. So I'm going to name this the witness name 1. And the clip description, you can leave it as the question or you could leave it as what he talks about. Just malpractice, for example. Hit OK. I've already made Catini 1 and I can see it there, so I'm going to rename it Catini 2. And however you want the clip to be. Now, there we've got our clip. You can see it. Here's the cool part. We go up to export. We can export this clip. What it's going to ask us next is, do we want to send this to trial director? We just created a clip that, hey, we want to send this to trial director and play it right after we play an exhibit. So we could send it to trial director by selecting that and it will give us a trial director file. Or I'm going to send it to a file folder, which makes this a playable DVD pretty much. So I'm going to hit next. And this is where we can select what kind of a video format we want. I am going to use MPEG-2 because that is the highest quality standard definition format out there, and you can also use QuickTime Video, which is compliant with Windows Media Player. There's several formats here. The sky's the limit, but just for use and ease of ability in multiple playing systems, I would go with MPEG-2 or MPEG-1. So I'm going to go with MPEG-2. I created a folder on the desktop, and I called it Catini Clips. So I'm going to export this directly to the Catini Clips folder. Hit OK, and you can see here we have this little click box for add synchronized text captions in the video files. What that is that will embed the text to scroll across the screen when you make this clip, which I think is a very useful tool, and you've got to watch, because if you don't click this, it will not show your text on the video clip in a playable DVD. So what I'm going to do is I am going to click that, and that will give us two files. I will show you that next. So we hit next. This is a little clip transition window. If we had multiple clips, it would ask us if we wanted a transition between them, such as a fade or an inset or a pixelate. And this would be if we had clips that we wanted to play together. Since this is just a single clip that we're exporting, we don't even need a fade. So I'm just going to hit none and click send. You'll see our progress bar shows us burning this clip, and I'm actually working directly off the DVD on this, so it'll be a little bit slower, but saves time and not having to copy the multimedia file to the computer itself. So it's exporting the clip now, and I'll show you what we do next. Now that it's compressed, I am going to hit done, and we're done. I'm going to go to my desktop where the Catini Clips folder is, and you will see there's two files in here. Actually, we have three. We have an SMI file, the MPEG file we created, and the CCS file. An SMI is your transcript, basically. It's the text that we cut, and that is the file that we can actually bring both of this one and this one into Trial Director, or I can actually burn these using a extractor tool and show you how to burn these together to play a synchronized deposition with the text embedded like we were talking about. So I'm going to show you another thing we can do with this. That's basically how to export a clip, but I want to show you another tool we've got, which is, other than having your word index here, another cool little tool is this little camera down here. See, it says save this video frame to an image file. So what's nice about that is we can scroll through the transcript, and let's say we like the image right here and we want to remind the jury of the key witness we've been talking about and his demeanor during a deposition. We can click save, and it will ask us where we want to save it. I'm going to save this on the desktop, and we can actually change it to a JPEG. Well, a BMP will work fine. Let's save this as the witness, Catini, and save. Now I will show you. We now have, if I can find it, here we go. We have an image there. Now you have an image that you could put in front of the transcript folder if you want to have a visual reminder of who the witness may be, or an image that you'd like to blow up and put on the Elmo or on the projector screen to just remind your jury of who we're talking about. It's a pretty useful tool. So guys, if you have questions, let me know. Feel free to give us a call at the number at the bottom of the screen. We'd be glad to help you out, but I hope that this has been a way for you guys to see how to save some time, and we'll be more than glad to help you with doing any of this for you, but it seems to be a pretty intuitive resource for you guys to use in cutting clips. Thanks so much for your time.